I'm joined today by Mick Conneely, the newly appointed general manager at Toast. I say newly appointed. You've been around for a little while, haven't you, Mick?
Yeah, 3 months now. Beginning of February I started, yeah.
Yeah. Was it pretty much what you expected? Because you obviously have a background going back to Coventry days, don't you?
Yeah, similar scenario. I got Joe and Nathan mentioned it to me, Nathan Corden, Christmas time, that Kevin was looking for a general manager, because obviously you can imagine opening Suffolk Downs at the time, Oxford, all the preparations going down there. He needed eyes and ears here. He wanted somebody he could trust, somebody who had obviously the background in greyhounds. Greyhounds are my passion, but I've also had the benefit of having to run a track for Coventry back in 2007 or 8. And somebody, like I said, he said, "Would you be up for it, Mick?" And I said, "Yeah." So we had a chat, and I was always going to come in. There was no question of that. I was doing my football coaching for Sky Blues for 10 years before that. And yeah, I love the idea to get back into it. Is it what I was expecting? Yes, because it's a monumental task to run a ground stadium. So I'm not surprised Kevin needed some help to do that. There's lots to do. We've done little bits, but there's lots to do behind the scenes. We've got some really good members of staff, but we've just got to make sure, we get the team gel together, give them everything they need to do the job, to get the best out of their abilities, and give the customer everything they need and they're looking for when they come to Toaster. It might take a little bit of time, but we're getting there, slowly. Obviously, if Kevin could solely occupy his mind on this, things would have been done a lot sooner. But listen, he's opening greyhound tracks, and it's fantastic. So we have to take the rough with the smooth a little bit and be patient, and we'll get there in the end. Yeah.
I was going to say, obviously, compared to Coventry, there's an awful lot more, because apart from the greyhounds and being sort of the number one venue home of the derby, there are lots and lots of other things going on as well. Is there anything that particularly interests you going forward in terms of the other uses apart from the dog racing?
Yeah, I mean, we're big to get into that. We're looking to really delve into that. I mean, I've described it as Northamptonshire's best kept secret, because it's back open now. And the facilities we've got here, when everything, with a little bit of TLC, there could be second to none. So yeah, all the events going forward, Geraldine Kovac is working on the event side of things. The team from Lisa, who's based at Oxford, but she's doing lots of the sponsorship stuff. There's nothing we can't hold here. It's just having a plan of action in place to make sure it all comes to fruition. That's one of the things we need to do now. As the derby draws, when it's over, we need to get down, get a plan in place. This is where we are. This is where we want to get to. How do we get there? But there's loads that we can offer, eventually further down the line, your weddings, etc., but your music festivals. We've got the food festival coming up, Medieval Night. We've got the classic car show coming up this year. The food festival attracts 10,000, 12,000 people here. But there's lots of other things we can do. We want to integrate with the community a lot more to get them involved. And I don't just mean Toaster, I mean the surrounding areas, the whole of Northamptonshire, Milton Keynes, etc., etc. So yeah, big plans, lots to do. Excited.
Wonderful. Now, more urgently, we have the derby starting. I know you've been, I was trying to get hold of you the last few days, you've been sucking your guts out.
Just about to go out there again.
Yeah. What have you been doing?
Me personally, this week, I've been jet washing all the plastic rails that you'll see when you come in. They needed a damn good lick of paint. Well, not a lick of paint, but a damn good scrub. So Monday I started it, and my wife she was a day off work. She came down and helped me for the day on Monday. Got a couple of the lads here Tuesday for half a day. Yesterday they spent the day with me, and I was here till 9 o'clock last night on my own. And then the monsoon arrived, and I had about another hour to do. And I was heartbroken. I was soaked anyway. I just wanted to get it done with the jet wash out, but I had to give up in the end. So I got in last night about 11. I've come down today. The jet wash is out there. I've got about another hour to do, and I'm ready to go out there again. Hence why I'm not in my normal work attire. I've got my old Coventry stuff on.
When I was talking to Andy, I gathered that you've got the the big outside bar open as well. How close are you to kind of operating at full capacity?
That'll be, the outside bar will be open Friday, Saturday. So we're getting prepared now. Roger's been working on our bar manager for the last week. So that'll be all good to go, because we're expecting a bumper crowd on Saturday in particular, obviously with the sun voucher coming out for the first 3 days of the first round. So I would imagine Friday be a nice crowd, and Saturday hopefully will be a bumper crowd.
Excellent. The other thing, I can't let you go without mentioning, you've kindly engaged in this the Toaster Tipster challenge. Now, there is a story that people don't know, in that last year, I think it was Derby final night, you and your brother, I think it was. Yeah, totally. You made a great point, I think several points in, of telling me that you were both better tipsters than your two boys.
Yeah. Well, that was more Terry saying it, yeah, but I agree. I thought that all along. Ryan and Joe are very knowledgeable on their dogs, in fairness. The open race, there won't be a dog running around this, Britain anyway, without them knowing about it. Where me more so now involved in this role, I don't tend to get involved in studying the cards and looking, because there's so much more to do. I'll never have a bet here away from the dogs. If I go to another dog track, I'll have a couple of quid on a couple of dogs if I fancy them, but I'll never bet here. So I don't really get involved that much in looking at the form and the stats. I don't get time really. But yeah, so I will be leaning on them for a little bit of advice. Joe needs to pull his finger out actually on the RPG TV tipping thing. He's had a bit of a nightmare the last couple of weeks.
Oh, really?
He'll come good.
This is because, as I recall, as I said, several points in, you told me that you taught them everything that they know. So this is going to be your opportunity to prove it, I think. Yeah,
we'll do it. Yeah, I'll take them on any day of the week. I like a challenge. Been involved in sport and greyhound racing all my life, and yeah, we want to win. So I've brought them up that way. Let's be competitive. And they've both done really well in whatever they've done. Molly, my daughter as well, the same. Be competitive. Try and do. Find out where you want to go, how you get there, and never stop dreaming.